Welcome back, and you now know what time it is. It is now 8 o'clock. It is Sunday night, and it is time to talk about the paranormal, something that we all love to talk about here on the TPV Nation. Everybody, I'm welcome. And of course, I am your host. I am Dale, and it's glad to see everybody here tonight. Glad you can join me. I got one special guest coming your way in just a few moments. But first, we got to say thank you to our sponsors of this month. And of course, it is the Haunted Western Block right there in Lockport, New York. An exciting and amazing place. The QR code is on the screen. If you want to go check out this amazing location, which has been featured on Deathwalker's Expedition X, as well as been featured on many, many podcasts and shows, you guys got to make your way down to the Haunted Western Block right there in Lockport, New York. It is a one-stop shop of paranormal activity right there in Western New York. You got the Buffalo area, you got the Hinsdale House, you got all kinds of amazing things happening right there. So check these guys out. Click the QR code. They always got paranormal investigation, paranormal events going on. If you are a paranormal team and would like to book the Western Block for yourselves so you can go in and check it out at any time, reach out and you will not be disappointed. They are absolutely, truly amazing. You can follow them on Facebook and on Instagram. So all that great place. So give some love out to the Haunted Western Block right there in Lockport, New York. Truly amazing, guys. I can't wait to get out there myself. Been missing the place. And like I said, it is truly amazing for sure. So, guys, tonight I have a special guest with me. Somebody I've been growing, really getting close with over the last 4 years. I mean, I know I've known her a lot longer than 4 years, but, really since we've started the Paranormal Voice, she has been everywhere and she is also there helping me out anytime I've got questions about, podcasting, paranormal. She's always been there to help me out. And I tell you, she is growing. You might all know her as Gigi. She started out with the Paranormal XL, and I'll learn how to talk one of these days, that's for sure. But she is growing so much more. She is branching out. She is bringing new and inventive ideas to the podcast world as well as everything else. And we are going to talk about that. She is one of the pioneers because I know as long as I started getting into podcasting, she was one of the first few podcasts that I listened to and got inspired by to become a podcaster myself. And here I am 4 years later, killing it. So right now, I like to bring this lovely lady out. This is my good friend, my dear friend. This is Gigi, everybody.
Are we on?
She's hiding. She is the dark ball of the paranormal field.
Napping.
Hi,
Dale. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic, Gigi. It's good to see you. It's good to finally get you back on here. I know we've talked a little bit at all the events that we've been at over the years. But like I said, it is truly glad that I finally tied that rope around you and forced you to come on the show for a full hour to talk about my favorite topic, which is you.
You're so funny.
So for those, and I mean, it would hard for me to believe that a lot of people out there, especially people who listen to podcasts, don't know who you are because the Paranormal XL has been around. it seems like forever. You're only 12 years old, and it's one of those crazy things. But I'll tell you, you were one of the big inspirations behind getting. When I first got into podcasts, you were one of those people that I always listened to, and you know tried to model like what this show has become after shows like yours as well. So for a little bit, for let's tell people who you are in case they don't know who you are, because if you haven't seen this lady, then I don't know what cave you've been living in.
No, tell me more of the good things about me, Dale. I'm enjoying this.
I get plenty of time to fill your head with all kinds of stuff. Um,
No, PXL started or Paranormal XL started coming up on 7 years ago. Uh, and then that was Mama Mary and I when we first started together doing just the audio podcast because, well, that's what a podcast is. And so now here we are. Like, it's hard to believe. Like, so the XL network itself, which we'll get into a little bit more, I guess, later of what that is, but PXL started years ago, and it was just us chatting about paranormal stuff, and then we got asked to do residential investigations, so we put a team together, then we started investigating, and then it just I don't even know. It just started from us talking on Friday mornings to now here we are, and I'm running this whole network of events, media, entertainment, and charities, like, building an empire, but that's what I'm trying to do, I guess, but the very beginning, the XL network itself always sat in the back of my mind, but I needed to start somewhere, and I started with my passion, which was finding ghosts.
and I mean, I mean that I mean that's the one thing you do. Getting started. I mean, we all started as paranormal investigators, which leads us into that's great, it's cool. But then, yeah, when you start getting into with getting the podcast started, like, would you just wake up one day and go, "Yeah, I think I'll do a podcast," or is this something
No,
that
that's
you were?
exactly how it happened.
That must have been a wild party.
I was, people asking questions, and then I was always asking Mama Mary questions about the spiritual realm of things or what have you. And then this is stuff that we've done. Most of us used to do this crap when we were kids. Let's be honest, running around with our friends, Halloween, thinking that let's go find a ghost in this abandoned building that we are not supposed to be in, or running around cemeteries and shit like that. Stuff like that. Sorry.
Yeah. It's all right. Language is okay on this show. We do not censor anybody.
Okay, good because I talk like a sailor and I know this. But what was I gonna say? So all through, growing up and whatnot, having experiences like most people in the paranormal world, that's 9 times out of 10 you're gonna get that same story on any of these podcasts with
Right.
asking that question. Uh, but really jumping into it because we were, talking about it every Friday and putting them out. And then we started getting questions as to, you guys should go here and investigate or do an episode on this. Well, what pushed me to start traveling around the US, I wanted to do my own research. Anybody
Right.
can Google the stuff, anybody can do that, grab a book, do those things. I wanted to actually go out there and investigate and come up with my own opinion of the place or the locations that people would say. So, and then that just led into everything. And then I learned that I liked history. I wish I would have known that back in high school, but
So did your teacher? No.
yeah, it was a good thing
Yeah.
I was nice. So I graduated with a complimentary D minus actually because I
uh,
was nice.
wow. Well, I mean, look where that gets you today. Start. Your show has been known probably not only here in North America, but I'm sure you've got audience members from all over the
Oh
place.
man, what was that, Australia? Insane. If Mama
Well,
Mary and I were to step off an airplane in Australia, I'm not ever going there, by the way, because their spiders are bigger than I am. So, but I'm like, holy heck! Like I never would have thought, when numbers
yeah,
started rolling in, and I
yeah,
didn't pay attention to those at first because that's not why I was doing it. If we had one
right,
listener and it was one the avid listener that listened every week and they were enjoying like it was just a place to voice my story, I guess, or my
right,
stories.
right. So the whole transition. So I'd like to know for you because when I started in the podcast industry, it was video. So it's doing lives, right? What we're doing right now. But like
Mhm,
you said in the beginning, it was just audio recording. What was it
mhm.
like for you to transition from a voice behind a picture to actually showing your face to while doing these shows? Like, how was
Listen,
that transition
Dale,
for you?
I still struggle. I'm cringing right now by having to see my face. So most of the shows in the network, I edit myself. Now, the shows that I actually host, I hire an outside editor to edit those because I cannot. I'm like, I'll delete the whole thing. I just will. So it is hard, but now being a producer and stuff of these other shows, I have to like hype up people to say it's okay. It is okay. I'm happy
Right.
that I started out with the audio podcast first because that really, I guess, helped me instead of just jumping in and going, "Oh my god, I'm on camera. What do I do now?" You know, it was, and if you're listening and or viewing, see, um, and you're like, "Man, I want to start one," but you're nervous about being in front of the camera, that is a perfect way to start it. It's just doing complete audio first, getting comfortable with the voice, knowing where the mic needs to be, sound, and then jump into the visuals.
Yeah, and I mean, and actually, by today's standards, even if you didn't want to appear on camera, you could create an AI person, and they would be your
Dale,
vision person.
we don't do AI.
We don't do AI.
Listen, we need to put that on the docket for tonight's show because I want to talk about AI crap and the paranormal world that we live in. Uh-oh, you got me all fired up.
Uh-oh, here we go. We've opened a can of worms.
You really
Uh,
have.
you know what? And I'm glad you want to talk about that because I've been on my soapbox talking about that for the longest time. Anybody who will listen to me, because there is so much stuff that is out there now, and it's getting harder and harder unless you're really good at video knowledge to
Yes.
try to
Debunk.
screw it. Let's just talk about it. Let's
Let's
get
do
the
it.
cat out of the bag. Yeah, no, I mean because I mean Facebook is filled with people who are posting stuff, and it's like I mean I know because I've been a paranormal investigator for 2 decades, and I look at this stuff and I automatically call bullshit. And
Yeah.
because
How can
I,
you not?
not to say that what they're trying to say that happened isn't real because we know we've heard the stories from people themselves that have
Yes.
said they've been dragged by entities in their house or seen a uh dog man
And
or in this
right.
but these
Seeing the cryptid.
these videos that are being released, I mean
No, it's
there's
hard,
no
Dale.
way a dog man's going to stick his head in your living room
Right.
window and just
And
watch
take a
TV
selfie
with you.
with you.
Yeah.
Right. Pass the popcorn. Like, no, that's gonna be the worst thing to happen to the paranormal community, I think. And that's my personal opinion. Because of the
Yes.
fact of all of a sudden, since it's become a big thing, now all of a sudden everybody's getting these captures. and these videos and this and this that. But even 6 months to a year ago, back years 20, 30, 40, since, well, forever in the paranormal community, we haven't caught anything with our same cameras. Like, I don't,
Right.
it's going to be very, very hard. But like you said, we hear the stories. So we go to these events, we have the people on the shows, and we're interviewing them or just chatting at the
Yeah.
after parties. And you can tell if somebody's just like, yeah, dog man came and was watching a movie through my window, or they're like, holy shit, man, this just really, and you can tell that
Right.
if someone's like super passionate about it and whatnot. So as far as the internet world and the paranormal internet world, it's, I was raised to believe nothing of what you hear and only half of what you see. Well, now believe nothing what you see and nothing of what you hear.
Right.
So we're just
Yeah.
gonna walk around going, yeah.
Yeah. No, and I mean it is, and I mean, I find the most hilarious things, and I mean, I imagine you watch them, are these AI Bigfoot videos where you got Bigfoot running through the woods because he took a bunch of gummies and
Yes,
was running through the
those
woods.
are funnier when they're
Or
cracking open the Bud Lights.
yeah, and they're telling jokes, and I like those, and I mean, I
And they're
like those
funny.
kind of things. I find them as humor, but like I
Mhm.
said, if you're somebody out there who is creating these AI videos and putting them out there and trying to make the world believe that this really happened, like come on. It's like, you know what? We as paranormal investigators have enough shit to deal with, and I'll say that because anytime we
Yes.
do post stuff, and I know you're probably 99% just like me, I scrutinize the shit out of my own evidence
Oh,
long
you best
before it
believe.
will ever hit the streaming, before it'll ever get posted. But yet, I still open up to say, hey, if somebody can prove me wrong, I welcome it because maybe
Yes.
they know something about something that I don't know something about yet. And I'm okay
No,
with that.
exactly. Yeah.
I'm not,
Please
I
debunk
am,
it.
right. Yeah,
Because when you
please,
go, at
please.
least when we go into an investigation, we go in hopes to be able to debunk. And I know that sounds terrible I'm not even going to say investigator, but as a researcher. So, because you're not going to get something every time. 95% of the time, you're not going to get anything.
Right,
The other 5%, you may get something, but you're questionable about it. So lately I've been coming out and saying this a lot more, whether it gets me hated on or whatever. But again, this is just my opinion. So there's entertainment paranormal, like what we do when people are going live and they're taking the camera with them on an investigation. And then there's actual paranormal investigation / researchers. So when we go, I keep my stuff separate. So my entertainment paranormal, my paranormal shows that I do have out there, that's completely different from me and my crew and us actually going out and doing the research for ourselves. We do not put that online. If we do, it'll be a small clip or I'll post pictures like I have been just from the last 10 years. Randomly, I'm going through my phone and I'll put them together, and I've been putting them out on PXL, but they've never been out there. They don't need to be, because that was
right,
for us. We are doing research and we're compiling. I don't want to say 100% evidence, but we're compiling these different things to come up with, a chart that says, okay, at this location at 3 p.m., the doors are always coming open. And, like, we're doing there's research to be done when you're investigating, not
right,
just going into this location that you don't know the history, you don't know any of the things, you don't know any of the spirits that are said to still be there. You're just walking in with a camera, throwing shit around, going, "Oh my god, it's entertaining." I'm not downing it. If you're making
right,
money, great. That's great. You're doing the right thing. However, there's a separation. There's entertainment paranormal, and then there's actual paranormal research.
right,
Paranormal research to me should not be in the public eye until we have something in stone that this is what this is it. And then science can back it up, spiritual side can back it up, and it comes together as one, and I can prove it to you.
Right.
not somebody running around. And that's fine. Like I said, I'm not hating on anybody.
Right.
Different strokes for different folks as to how you see it.
Right.
That's just how I see it. And doing what we do with the podcasting and going to these events and stuff, we run into a lot of different people that have the different levels of how they investigate and their purpose behind it.
Right. Yeah. And I mean, for people, and this is another thing that, people are so quick to call things fake or it doesn't happen. And,
Hmm.
as I do in a lot of my talks and in a lot of these shows, is I say, well, for anybody else out there, I mean, you can, if you've got an even common sense, you can tell the difference between what is faked and what is real.
For
Now,
the most
something,
part, it's getting pretty good.
yeah, they are, and yeah, I mean, it is. Sometimes I've got to watch something 20 times before I can really figure it out and say, yeah, it can't,
I hold on
it
a
can't be
second. So
happened, but
that
not.
Lisa Phelps there, that
Yes,
Lisa Phelps, I don't know who you are, but that is also my mom's name, like my actual mom, not Mama
yeah,
Mary.
yeah.
I just thought that was cool. Sorry, I needed to say that. So hi.
Yeah. Lisa's a good friend. She's a paranormal investigator right there in Michigan.
Oh, awesome. Oh, is she?
Yes. So yeah, so
I
you'll
should probably
probably see
talk
her
to
a
her
lot.
sometime.
You'll probably see her around at quite a few of the events.
Well,
But
here's
yeah.
the thing on that, Dale. I'm gonna break your heart on that real quick.
Uh-oh.
Uh, you will not see me at a whole lot of the events anymore. However, you will see the shows that are on the network, and they will be promoting the network.
Well, now you've disappointed me. Now,
I will
now,
pick one or
now,
two to still
now,
go to.
now, what? Now, who am I gonna hang out
I
with
know
and
the
drink
after
with and
parties are
have
gonna be
fun? Oh,
lame.
I didn't mean drink. I mean water, folks. We're
Water,
good
and we
people.
need some of that water.
We need some more water.
We're pure.
Uh, yeah.
We need some water.
Uh, the
Sorry, I
most
needed to throw
fun.
that out there.
The one event that I remember the most was the first time, and I think it was the first and only time I went to Little Traverse Bay Parafest, and
Yes, that was my first time there too.
and we were all hanging downstairs on the little lobby, and I felt so sorry for the person behind the desk because they kept getting phone calls because we were too loud.
Well, listen, that was so much fun. That one right there. That's why I go to the events. Actually, is to uh, nothing beats that. Like we have holidays with our families and shit like that, but like the family that you form and the bond that you form with some of these people there for even I'm not even talking about like you get to talk to them like we would never know we live in a different country for freaking sake but like I never would have met you before whatever we sat down paranormal brought us together but we're talking about oh listen we were talking about candy bars and salt and vinegar goldfish like I never never in a million years
I
I
promise.
thought I'd have a
I
conversation like
I
that but I did
I
and I loved
promise.
it.
I will bring some of those to Ascension Con next year if that is the only event you will be at besides the event you're hosting, and we're going to talk a bit about that a little bit later on as well.
Well, I will not be at Ascension Con either. I'm actually out in Boston.
That's it. I have to call the organizer. Say I'm sorry. I have to back out now.
I'm done.
I'm done. Uh,
Nope, it is a
unless
bummer, but I
unless
have
Gigi's on the bill,
2026.
I'm not going to be there.
2026 is I will be traveling. I will be racking up my airplane miles for that. So
Good.
for
I'm happy
filming
for you.
and networking. So
Well, you know what, and I'm excited for you. I'm happy for you because, like I've told you since you told me this idea, I've been so excited for you because I cannot think of somebody with any more experience to pursue a dream like this and to be able to really have knowledge of bringing people together than you. because, like I said, you have a way with your personality when we meet you. Yes, you're a lot of fun to be with, but at the same time, you are so knowledgeable and people just draw to you because of your passion. I mean, you are one of the most real people that I
Stop.
know in this field. I'm sorry.
Aw,
Yes,
I
folks, she's
appreciate
not
that.
AI, she's real.
Let that sink in. Let that marinate.
And she's so much more fun when she has real water in her
Yeah, give me some of that water. Yes.
and chocolate
No.
bars. Canadian chocolate bars,
Oh,
not just any
yes,
chocolate bars. They got to be Canadian
Canadian.
chocolate bars.
Yes, they do.
But yeah, no, but I'm so happy that you're pursuing this. So, I mean, I know this is always for the longest time when you first started talking about this, and I think that was back. I know for sure at the MI Paracon, the last one that we had, which was
Oh, yeah,
over a
this has been
year
in the
ago
works
now.
since that before that, yeah.
But so just give everybody the lowdown. Let's talk about the network.
Listen,
Like,
I even
I
have
mean, we've been
notes.
talking about paranormal. Let's just talk about the network. She's like, no, I don't want to talk about it now.
Like, ugh. No, I do have notes for it, but people are tuned in to hear about the paranormal stuff. So I'm trying to think of some cool paranormal stories. I am listen, Dale, I was actually just having this conversation with one of the hosts. I was like, it usually it turns around and I end up interviewing the person's podcast that I'm on just because like I'm used to doing that. So I was gonna ask you, what is your favorite place? What would be your number one place? I know that's like an overdone question, but I'm just curious.
My favorite place, hands down, to date, is OSR, Ohio State
Oh God,
Reformatory.
yes.
That
Me
place
too.
was so amazing. I mean, I could investigate that place, and I want to go back and do it at least 3 more times.
It's so beautiful besides that, like, just walking around, like you said,
Oh,
let's say you don't have any of your equipment or whatever, and just I know for me anyway, I'm like, "Whoa." It's just it's so cool looking inside.
oh yeah, anybody who has not been to OSR, uh, and you want to check it out, they do have a really amazing event called ParasiteCon that happens in May. Uh,
May.
I don't know the dates off the top of my head right now,
I
but
think it's like
you
it's either the 2nd or 3rd weekend every year.
yeah, so you can head over to either the OSR website or just go on Facebook and Google ParasiteCon. They've already released all the speakers that are going to be there this year, and
Yeah.
once again, Greg and Kathy has like hit it out of the ballpark
No,
with
they do
their
amazing
lineup
with
of
that one.
guests, and yeah, it's always a great event to attend because not only do you get to go in and see the Paracon and see all the amazing speakers, but you can also just walk around the whole place. You don't have to
It's
just
so
attend the
big.
event. Yeah,
I remember my
you
first
might
time
miss
and we
the
pulled in
whole
and I was like, "Holy shit." Like,
the goddess
it's
honest
insane.
truth because I loved OSR for the longest time, and when I found out that it was only 3 hour drive away from me, the very first time I went to Parapsychon, I pulled into the driveway and I sat there and cried like a baby for 5 minutes because
Aw,
I couldn't believe
Dale.
I was staring at
Finally there.
this building. You know, it was just a huge passion of mine to eventually just.
Get there.
I mean, I am a total geek when it comes to watching The Shawshank Redemption. I
Mhm.
probably watched it hundreds of times at this point, but I will watch it every
And then you're
time
like,
just
"I've been
because.
there."
Yeah, I mean, when they show different scenes, it's like, oh, I was in that room. I know I was
And
in
that's
that
so
room.
cool doing, like, what we do and coming across some of these movies. Like, I woulda never went there for if I never jumped into the paranormal, like, entertainment part of paranormal community, like, being able to go there and you're like, "Holy shit, this has been in movies." It was in a Lil Wayne video, and I
Yeah,
love
yeah,
Lil Wayne.
yeah, no. It's true when you actually get to visit some of these actual haunted locations that were featured in films. I
Yeah.
mean, I think it was when that movie was filmed, it was shortly after they actually closed the prison. So, I mean, if you go
Yeah.
in it nowadays, people do not be shocked by its appearance because it doesn't look anything like it does in the movie now, but that's okay.
No.
That's the characteristic of that building, but the vibe of that building, well, it's just truly outstanding. It is one of my favorite locations.
So big. I just can't get over how big it like, I'm there in my mind right now again, and
Yeah.
I'm just like, "Oh my god."
But the amazing part is it's like that's only a portion. They knocked down the rest of that prison to build the new
Mhm.
prison behind it.
Yep.
So, you're only
That's
seeing a
comforting.
small portion and just thinking like and when they say this is small, uh it is no. I mean, I still can't believe like there is more of this place. It's like it would take you a century just to walk through that whole place and
Figure it
see every
out if
nook
you
and
yeah.
cranny. And you get lost so easily in that place, and it's
Well, yeah,
it's
the halls, you
freaky.
turn the halls and they look the same or,
Yeah,
west cell block versus east cell block, and you're like, "Oh my god, it's 100 stories high," and
yeah.
well, I'm stand at like 2 feet tall, so when I look up, I'm like, "Holy hell."
Uh, but no, that the OSR is my to date, it is my, favorite place to be. I mean, I always tell people my number 1 bucket list place to investigate will always be Alcatraz,
Oh gosh, yeah.
and but,
I've seen it way back in the day, but we did not go over to it.
see, that's one of my things that the first opportunity I get, I wanna even visit it. I mean, I know they don't allow to do ghost hunts in there, which one day I hope that they'll change their mind on that,
Right?
but for now, even if I could even visit, I would be happy.
Oh gosh,
But
yeah.
yeah, but like I said,
Good.
OSR, but still, when you really think about it, OSR just has a vibe about it. And when you first
Yes.
stand in front of it, it's hard to believe that that's actually a prison because it does not
It's
look like a
beautiful.
prison. It
It is
looks like
beautiful on the outside.
yeah, yeah, it's
Just
such an amazing structure. Like I said, I could do a whole show just talking about OSR and the experiences that
oh
I've had
gosh, yeah,
there,
we should sometime.
even during ParasiteCon. I mean, the
Mhm.
experience is like if you are away from everybody, you can still gain experiences there, even if you're
Mhm.
not investigating. And I mean,
Oh
I
gosh,
think the
yeah.
first time it happened to me was the first time I walked through the building and I went up to the old chapel and I was there and I was sitting in the chapel and I was just admiring it. And all of a sudden, I heard a voice say, "Hey." And I looked around and there was nobody there.
Nobody there. Like, what the
And
hell?
I thought, I'm like, okay, so it has to be somebody down the hall or something like that. So I got up and I was just
Right.
walking around and there was nobody because everybody was like a couple of levels below intending
Yeah.
like there was a few scragglers, people walking through, but when I was there by myself and I was in there for a good 15 minutes. But just as I was just sitting there, I just heard, "Hey." And I turned around and it was just like, okay, like that was awesome.
I'm gonna head
Thank you.
out now. Yeah.
But yeah, no, to do a whole show on OSR, yeah, I think I could put together a pretty good panel of people that can really talk about that
Oh,
place.
yeah, OSR is a good one. The same thing, so, like, when I pulled up there, then we went to Waverly, um, 2 years ago. I think it was 2 years ago. I'm pulling up there because, like, you can't see that from the road or anything, and they had me go in, and they unlock this gate, and then you go in, and I remember pulling in there, I'm like, "Holy shit," and we had it until 4 o'clock in the morning, and I don't think that we covered it all because it was just so big, and we were just like, "I can't believe we're here." Like, "Oh my gosh,"
Yeah.
and all the older people left at, like, midnight, and then me, 1st J and 2nd J, we're like, we ain't leaving. So it's just the three of us with our flashlights and the camera running around. And we're thinking that we're hearing everything. We scared ourselves just running around this giant place. Oh my God. But it was like the memories that were made. I still have evidence that I haven't, or not evidence, but film and stuff that I haven't went through. Yeah, just because like to say that we went there for one, we got to feel the history of it and stuff and everything that we got to like we know what we experienced. You know what I mean?
Right.
So like to sit through hours and hours because we took the whole arsenal with us and because we knew we'd never get to go back there again ever.
Right.
But I forgot what I was going with that. It was a really awesome place. But again, one of those big places that you pull up to and you're like, holy crap,
Yeah.
because like you see the pictures
Yeah.
and you think, okay, it's big, but then you're like, oh, it's that big.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that is definitely a place on my bucket list as well. Top 5 of places that I want to visit. And Michael John, back in the day when he was with a team called Spectral Solutions, they actually
Mhm.
went to Kentucky and they pulled out a documentary about it. It's probably floating around in internet space somewhere. That they did this. I know I got it on DVD. I bought all their
The
DVDs.
old DVD. That's
The
how
old
old it is.
DVD. No, going back
Love it.
older, I would have said it's back on a VHS tape.
Yeah.
No,
Big
and
old camera.
even him, like even Michael John, when he was talking about Waverly, he was like, pictures and videos just don't do that place justice until you're
No.
standing on the grounds staring at this massive building.
Yes. So it's if we had to compare it to something, and Michael John would probably agree with me on this. So it's like when you go and you're like, man, the moon looks so awesome, and you take a picture on your phone, and you're like, what's that piece of dust on my phone? And it's the moon.
Right.
That's exactly what it's like. So like you take a picture and you see it, you're like, oh, like it's one of those things. If you ever do get the chance, go at least look at it if you can. If they have day tours, I know sometimes I think they still do events there or whatever, but
Yeah.
it is expensive to get into. We just so happened to win a raffle to get in.
Oh,
Otherwise, it'd
oh,
still be on my
nice.
bucket list. My number one bucket list place would be the Winchester Mansion out in California. And then
Yeah.
my other two were Waverly and Villisca, but me, Court, and Lori did Villisca. Oh my gosh, because we did it for the 4-year anniversary. Dale, where'd you go? Are you back? I can't hear you.
There we go.
There.
There we go.
It was the Villisca house.
You
I
always
got
had to
you.
produce the show without me.
Listen. Slight change of plans, guys. Buckle up.
Yeah. Click those seatbelts. We're for a ride.
Mm-hmm.
No, but yeah, no, I have heard exactly what you're describing. How in real life, like that place is so massive. Like you would probably just like OSR, you would have to do at least multiple investigations there just to cover the place.
Oh
And then
gosh, yeah.
still you might not even be able to cover the place.
To actually get like research, like when you actually investigate a place to get answers, you
Right.
would need so long because you can't just walk through the place and get all your stuff in the 8 hours that they give you.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
I there's one house that I want to get back to, and that's the Boyd House in Minnesota. So we took that trip and we ended up in at the Villisca House. We stopped at the Boyd House in Minnesota. We took a road trip. Oh my God, we
Nice.
did not sleep for days. Anyway, all the memories and stories that car could tell. The Boyd House, there's, and if anybody's been there, you know what I'm saying. So like it keeps calling me back, and I message Jill all the time. I said, listen, at some point that I get some extra more vacation time, that I want to come and stay like at least 3 days.
Yeah.
And it's just a big house, but like you need to spend time there. Like I don't know. And I've been to many, many places. Some of the known places, some of the not. I prefer the not so known places myself. I think that some of them are overtapped, if you will,
Right.
lack of better terms there. But the Boyd House, oh my God. So the Eckridge family used to own that. So, like the hot dogs and stuff like that. So like it was the biggest house in town or whatever. And I remember, oh my gosh, Courtney, I do have a funny story about that one. So Courtney's from like Massachusetts and cities, right? Like Boston area. So she's not used to the sirens at nighttime for the farmers. So out west, like I lived in Iowa for a few years. So like at like 6 a.m., I want to say noon and 6 p.m. and then like 10 p.m. the tornado sirens will go off, but it's to let the farmers know to go in. So she goes, right? And it's like we're not turning any lights on or whatever. And it's the attic door. So there's like 3 flights or 2 flights down, and she's by the stairway, right? So like if she turns around and tries to walk and she like flips over the railing, she'll go down these flights of stairs. So her hand is literally right on it, and that thing goes off. And it was like watching a cat when you like drop something behind a cat. No, but what is that? What is that? And oh my God, we went running down so fast because like it was like a chain reaction. The poor thing, Court, if you're still talking or watching, I know you still remember that girl. I couldn't help but tell that story because that was like one of the most funniest experiences. So like even with that, like Lori and I, we're used to the country, different things like that happening when we're in these places. But like coming from the city, she wasn't used to that. Or some of the noises that you would hear, from these farm towns and stuff like that, like a
Right.
big combine going through downtown. They're like, what the hell? Did you get that on the EMF? Like, yeah, there was a combine that was going down the road. What the hell's that? Why is it going down the road? But oh my God, that was the best thing. We did not go up into the attic until the next morning. And boy, were we bummed out.
Oh
We were
no.
so bummed because we went up there and that looked so cool. Like that in the basement. That's how scared we were. We took this long ass road trip to be scared. But the next night's when we did Velisca, and Velisca, if you have it, I do believe it's still out there on the YouTube on Scared and Alone, where we don't really talk about it like a whole lot because we actually had it for the whole night. We were gone in 2 hours because we did her show there, and then we were going to stay the night there. Well, we packed up as soon as the producers were like, okay, show's over. We're like, we're gone. And Lori already booked us a hotel room. So like you can see everything that happened
Yeah.
on that right on YouTube because she was live during everything that was going on. Like it was nuts. I've never experienced anything like that. And again, like I was just saying, going to those places that are overtapped, if you will, we wanted to go. That was like top on our list for the longest time. Both of us were like, let's do it. The true crime and the just setting foot in a piece of history,
Right. Yeah.
and that's essentially what we wanted to do, to be like, wow, because it was set up and it's very small in there because that's how the old farmhouses used to be and such. So it was kind of neat to still see that set up like that.
Yeah.
And so we're thinking that we're not going to get anything. We're just there for the historic part of it. Wrong. Wrong.
Wrong. So
Wrong.
wrong.
That is literally the time that I was like legit scared. Other times I'm scaring myself. That time I was legit scared.
Uh, and also too, just to put out there that a lot of these locations are historic places are not funded. So yeah, please go visit these sites, pay to get in, and if they have tours, pay to go see them because that's how a lot of these places are going to be saved and kept around for generations to come. So I always encourage
Right.
people like the OSRs and a lot of these famous locations, they don't have to struggle, but like you were saying, some of the lesser known places.
So the Blood Moon Parafest that we do. So next year will be our 4th one. And now from here on out, they want us to do it every 3rd weekend in October. So that's what we're doing. They signed us
Okay.
up, like we made our mark on it. We were able to help them a whole lot. So when you see some of these crews, when you see some of these crews out there and they're like, advertising that they're doing this event at some historic location. That's 9 times out of 10, that's what they're doing. They're raising money for the locations. Just like the
Right.
Blood Moon Parafest, we're raising money for the locations. We're
Right.
helping them, and the Blood Moon we do at the Stimson Hospital, which is, I love that place. It's not very big, but it used to be the old hospital. One of the doctors had fallen down the elevator shaft, did surgery, stepped back, fell down the elevator shaft to his demise, all the way down to the morgue and where the other doctor was standing.
Oh, jeez.
So, like, there's a lot of history in that place. And the owners,
Yeah.
Chris and Pam, they are absolutely phenomenal. And the passion that they have for that is phenomenal. But like Dale was saying, go to these things. Don't be like, oh, blah, blah, blah. Go. And because it's helping keeping the history alive.
Right.
So speaking of that, I'm going to keep going, Dale. Sorry. So speaking
Absolutely.
of
Keep going.
keeping the history alive. So Truth or Scare was a new show that we had just pulled out with. We were put out like a pilot season just to see how it would do. The feedback on that has been phenomenal. So what Truth or Scare is, it's a paranormal game show. So I am the host of that, and we come up with historic questions about the location. So whether we've had location owners on, we've had team members go against each other, team versus team, and it's bleh. It's a lot of fun, but we're trying to bring the history back to life because a lot of times we have these investigations and we're just going in. Do you know how you died? What is your name? We should already know who lived there and who we're trying to reach out to, in my
Right.
opinion. So we
Right.
need to do the research on these locations. That needs to happen because we're kind of going in disrespectful if we're not.
Right.
So anyway, back to the fun paranormal game show. So they're going back and forth. We got these buzzers. It's a lot of fun. There's a few rounds in there. So the person that loses, they have to do a 20-minute solo, which is, I was like, oh, the kicker to that is they have to go on with what we call a ghost box. The only person that knows what's in that ghost box is me. The kicker to the kicker is there is no investigating tools in there. So if you pull out a cupcake, I always go with cupcake. So some of the contestants are watching. They're going to be like, we're still waiting for a cupcake because they get really sad when they open it and there's no cupcake in there. So if you pull out a cupcake, you have to figure out how to use it. So it's making you also think on your feet.
Right.
I was going to say something else there. Sorry. That's the one thing I didn't have a write up on to kind of go back with.
Yeah.
So far, it's been so much fun. And afterwards, like, we usually get to investigate the location. So, like, let alone are we doing that? We're learning the history. We're having fun. Having fun is going to raise the vibrations of the place. So, excuse me, being into what we are into. I swear to God, that's just water in my water cup. Being into what we're into, raising the vibration, is going to help us get the EVPs and stuff like that, like the interaction with the spirits.
Right.
That is what the hope is, besides the fact of having a little bit of fun at the beginning and learning the history and making people think on their feet.
Right. And I know as a paranormal investigator myself, sometimes, thinking on your feet and trying to think of creative ways to investigate is always a challenge because,
It is.
yeah, it's not always fun just to walk in there with a bunch of equipment and start asking questions because you
Mhm.
gotta be inventive sometimes and you gotta think of different methods on, let's see, how can I get these people to react to something?
Right,
So
and make it
like you're
time
saying, like a
appropriate.
cupcake, you'd be like, "Is anybody hungry in here?"
I know what I'm doing with it. I'm eating it because I snack a lot on investigations. Hunting ghosts makes me hungry.
Uh, uh,
No, it
you know what? And it
yeah.
does. It does. It's. I can't say how many times after paranormal investigations, leaving a location at 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, and you're going through the drive-through of McDonald's because you're starving.
Yes. No, exactly it. Uh, no, but yeah, so that show concept, like I said, I've been sitting on that for about 2 years. Destiny and I played around with it a couple years ago, and then I just kind of put it in the back burner. But then Lori and I got talking, and we changed up a few of the concepts of it, and yeah, now we're rolling. We're having so much fun. But that's why I'll be out in Boston at that time filming for that, because I've had groups reach out, and that's what I'm doing around the US with that. So
That's
going
awesome.
off of that into the original question that you had about the network, because it looks like we're coming down to about 10 minutes. So could I just run through it real quick?
You can take all the time in the world you want. You got to realize this is my show. Nobody keeps me on a leash. I will go as long as this takes.
Nobody tell me how to live my life. Okay.
That's right. I love coffee during investigations.
Lots and lots of coffee.
I can only drink water during investigations. I don't know. I mean, because for one, if I drank coffee during investigations, I'm definitely not going back to my hotel or going back to wherever I'm going to sleep because I'll just
He's
be up
gonna
for the
have to
rest of
find a
the
rave.
day.
Yeah, I have came across these mints. I will bring them out at some point. Um, that actually, so like a lot of these investigations that we've been going to, because we also went to Illinois, Keysburg, and did a Masonic lodge, and had a porta potty. Some of these locations have no water, some of them have no bathroom, some of them have a porta potty. I don't want to go into a porta potty at 2 a.m. So, and then, we're trying to stay hydrated. So drinking water makes it do it. And so many people drink like 18 energy drinks. I don't know how they're still
That's
alive
as
and
bad as
kicking, but
coffee.
you're right. So we came across these mints, and so I'm trying them out just because like it gives you that kick of energy, but you don't have to go to the bathroom over it.
That's
So, but
it.
anyway, I'm always trying to find a smarter way to do things. So, so the XL network, I guess, in a nutshell, um, is a multi-platform. So I am reading a multi-platform for events and media organizations dedicated to helping out charities. Essentially, Dale, you know me, and anybody on here that's watching that does know me. I always want to give back.
Right.
I don't make any money because because I'm
You're
like,
giving it all back.
here. Yes. That's
Yeah.
exactly what it is. um that's our huge thing is trying these charities. So with that even being said, we are linked up with I just want to make sure I get the name right. I need to get the we are the network itself, not just PXL. So the XL network itself is partnering up with Laugh and Learn Autism Therapy. They're based out of the Flint area because my nephew goes there. But again, we were talking about funding and stuff for other things. These, because it's like an after school thing, so they don't get the funding for the extra things that the kids need. So I teamed up with them, or we did, the network did. So I think that's a really good thing. But that is one of the charities that we will continue helping, let alone like when we do the different events and stuff, depending on, the town that we're in, we will find a charity within that town and who needs the most help type of thing or whatever,
Right.
and then partner up with them. Man, my camera went. My camera can't keep up with me. There we go. So, we host a diverse lineup of events and paranormal investigations, conventions, athletic and sporting events. So with that being said, so the XL network, as you were talking about that before, it is through everything. So it isn't just paranormal. It isn't just true crime. So we go from paranormal true crime all the way to sports. We got self-help in there, which talks about like the mental health and stuff like that. Financial, uh, blah, blah, blah. Another one that we do is 40 Feral and Fun. We're actually traveling next month to film for that in Vegas. I'm going to tell you, Dale, I found out. So you're putting 40 feral and fun females out in Vegas during the weekend of the national rodeo. So there's just
Oh
going to be
boy.
cowboys everywhere. So, yeah.
Oh boy. A lot. I can see a lot of fanning going on.
So, yeah, it's going to be insane. But back in the network, 'cause I could go on that for a while. But like the network is very, very broad. And that's another
Right.
reason why I have to personally step back from just doing the paranormal conventions and going. I do host, or the XL network does host the Blood Moon Parafest, and we will be doing a few more smaller events in Michigan. We're looking into doing one in Ohio, but the ultimate plan is for these smaller events, not just paranormal, but sporting, putting retreats together for for suicide awareness and stuff like that, doing all the things and setting up these retreats and stuff like that all over the US essentially is our plan. But that's why I want to stay to the smaller ones, because for me, I know it's better networking and I can stay connected. Like I have a full
Right.
team. We have IT, we got a vice president, we got financial, like we have, like this is, I get so overwhelmed when I talk about the network. I apologize because I can't believe that it's coming to life. Like things are
Right.
actually happening. Like I told the VP, I said, I want to make sure that I'm able to be boots on the ground at all times. See, there you go.
There's
Our
that
passion,
lovely
your
logo.
entertainment,
Yeah.
events, media, entertainment, and charities.
Yeah.
So with the events, you'll see the events all over type of thing. The media entertainment. So right now, what the media entertainment entails is these podcasts that we're doing, and then audio podcast and the internet shows, if you will. Now we do have goals to, excuse me, become bigger. And
Right.
that's about all I can say on that.
Right. Right.
But we have to start somewhere. I don't want to jump all the way in and then all of a sudden something don't work.
Right. It's baby steps. Because
It is.
if you do it right from the beginning, instead of like approaching NBC to host, it's no,
Mhm.
it's the baby steps and doing things right and getting keeping the ducks in a row, which is always going to be a challenge
Oh,
for
absolutely.
any, keeping a
Mhm.
bunch of paranormal hosts in line is difficult. But yeah, no, and I love it. And for
It's hard
with
enough. And that's the thing, is that we're not just paranormal.
yeah, 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 sports people are probably even harder to deal with. Uh, but no, like I said,
Listen, I just
this
got
is
out of
going
a
to be
meeting with them.
amazing. This is going to be amazing. There's no doubt about it. So if people are looking to find like the shows that you have going on right now at this time, where's the best place that they can find the shows?
So right now, so we have a temporary website up right now. It does not have all the shows on it, but the IT guy is building one from like the ground up. And as anybody knows, it takes a while because I'm being kind of bougie about things and I want things a certain way. And things are changing because we keep signing on shows, as you know, because we were discussing that before this. Um, so right now you can, and it'll always be www.thexlnetwork.com, and that'll show the links in there. However, that will be updated because you'll be like, okay, there's not much on here, but it's so we had it up in like something. Um, I think there's like 5 or 6 on there right now. Um, and then so if you're going, and obviously we're talking to paranormal people, so you go to Paranormal XL YouTube, and then you can go under the playlist, and that'll have the truth or scares. That will have Paranormal XL, like all the original episodes on there that we had when we started doing filming. Um, and then a fun one. Oh, we're bringing on Paranormal Lens as well, from Crossroads. They're coming on board. And then also we just signed on the Cryptic Paranormal Show. So we got the goose.
That's awesome. I love the Goose.
I
Such a
know.
great
I
guy.
know, me too. We're so excited. We got so many plans.
That is
It's
so
gonna be
awesome.
awesome. So the paranormal show, so you'd go under, yeah, Paranormal XL has now turned into the hub for the paranormal shows that are linked to the XL network. But the XL network, so like it'd be something for the whole family. We're
Right,
eventually gonna get some kid stuff on there or whatever. So like if you're into the paranormal, but the wife isn't, or the husband, but they're into the sports, so you're like, hey, we can just go use this. Only
right.
the XL network stuff.
No, and I mean, that's the exciting part. It's going to be the one-stop shop listening and viewing that that you're gonna find everything, like you said, from not just paranormal, but to sports, to even self-help stuff, which I'm really excited
Mhm.
about because, I'm all about, promoting mental health awareness. And everybody who knows me, I'm openly and
Yep.
talk about my mental health struggles. And so it's exciting that you will actually have a place to go and hear people talk about different, probably all kinds of different topics over on mental
Oh,
health.
yes. Mhm.
So, I mean, it's really, really important, but most importantly, to draw an audience, you're going to have that opportunity. Like I said, it's a one stop shop. All they have to do is just log in, stay tuned, you know, save your favorite, subscribe to your favorite channels. So this way here you always know when a new episode's gonna happen. Because,
Yep.
as the paranormal voice, yes, we're usually every Sunday at 8 p.m., but as sometimes I have to work around somebody else's schedule because
Yep.
their work schedules, I have to do the show on a Tuesday or a Saturday or something like that. But if you're subscribed, you'll know this information well in advance. But so that's cool. And like I said, I'm looking forward to 2026 to see the XL network just grow beyond its bridges and keep getting more and more, getting more notoriety. And I know with you at the reins, it's only going to be successful because you are a very
Failure is not
driven
an
person.
option.
I do not fail. But, but
Yeah.
also too, if anybody who's ever met Gigi knows her passion and knows her heart and knows that when she puts her mind to something, it's going to go as far as she can push it. And like I said, you've got some amazing shows already on there.
I
With
know the team
the
is just phenomenal. So I just want to shout out to the team, and you guys know who you are. I'm not going to drop names right now because we haven't signed contracts on that yet. Um, but they are, and I couldn't do this without them. And they're always
right,
like, no, no, no. And no, it takes a team, and I hold
it
them
does.
close, and we do this
Good.
together. This is our network, even the host. So like, if you come to the network, this is yours. Like it's ours. We're building this together.
Yeah, it takes a team to be successful. It's
Hmm.
never one person. It might be one person's idea, but it still takes a team to build a network and to make something successful. So, guys, Gigi, it has been the greatest hour of my life being able to hang out with you. I can't wait to get into the same building as you again because we always have so much fun when we hang out together.
We
You never
do.
know what shenanigans we're gonna pull next or who we're gonna torment, but we'll always find somebody to torment.
We do. There's always a good
So
victim.
so guys, tune into the XL network. Keep your eyes posted on the Blood Moon Fest 4 that's coming up in October. I'm sure you're going to be releasing schedule speakers who are going to be there so that, but
Yes, we
guys,
have
always
surprises actually.
you have
Sorry.
surprises. Surprise.
Yeah,
I like
lots of
surprises.
sorry.
The surprises are good. It's always good to
They
have a
are.
surprise. But guys, check out Gigi on her channel. Keep up with what she's doing. Support what she's doing because without you guys out there supporting what we do, we can't do what we do. We love doing what we do, and I will keep saying that until the day that I can't say it anymore. But guys, check out Gigi. She is amazing. She is so adorable, and I love her to death. She is my sister from another mother.
Aw,
And so, Gigi, I look forward to getting back with you once again. And guys, that's going to do it for
absolutely.
us, the Paranormal Voice. It is time to send everybody good night and happy hauntings. In the meantime, we are going to be back next Sunday with a relatively amazing show. I've got two great friends, Bigfoot researchers from the Triangle Bridge Waters area up there in Massachusetts.
Oh,
They're coming on.
cool.
I've got Richie B and Wojo coming on next week, so that'll be next Sunday, 8 o'clock. come and hang out. We're going to talk a lot of Bigfoot stuff. And with Richie B. Wojo, you never know. It's going to be like another situation like this. We might talk about Bigfoot, but we're going to talk about a whole lot of other things too.
Yes.
So, guys, that's going to do it for me. I thank you guys. I love you guys. Thank you for tuning in, hanging out with us. And in the meantime and in between time, I always like to say is happy hauntings.